So what brings you guys in today?
So, well, I don't know if you know, but Brody and I got married in June.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I turned 30.
Okay.
So we're just kind of at this point in our life where we're starting to talk about having kids, and I think part of it is that I'm a little bit stressed just getting older with what it will be like realistically if we wait longer to have kids.
Sure.
I think that because my mom had me when she was 25, I always sort of had it ingrained in my head that I would have kids when I was 25. I realized that wasn't particularly realistic, but I appreciated that my mom was young enough that I always felt like she could be my friend as well. Like she was my mom and my friend.
I think that right now what we're talking about is, you know, I wouldn't mind waiting because we did just get married.
Got it. But you could do some testing to kind of get a sense of where you are, and that might reassure you that you could probably just take your time and kind of go at whatever pace you guys want to go at.
Yeah.
So basically, they give us a rough sense of quantity and quality of your eggs.
I think Brody and I are on different pages. I think he wants to have babies eventually. He always tells me that he thinks within the next year things will be a little bit better. You know, how many years are we gonna say this? There's never gonna be the perfect time to have kids, but I wanna have them, so why not now?
Other things that people will think about would be, you know, a lot of women will freeze their eggs, or in your case, you could freeze embryos, which would buy you time so that if you were on a 8 to 10 year plan to having children, you know, where I do think your fertility would, you know, decline, and that might be a harder thing to pull off, that you would have these 30-year-old embryos kind of on ice, essentially.
Yeah, that is something I want to know a little bit more about because we actually have family and friends who have done that.
What they do is they give you a bunch of hormones, it hyperstimulates your ovaries, and you produce a bunch of eggs at once.
Okay, gotcha.
And then they'll withdraw those eggs from the ovaries, and then they freeze them.
Okay.
And since you guys are married, they would probably recommend freezing an embryo rather than just an egg, just because they tend to thaw
Further along
a little
in
bit
the
better.
process.
So,
Okay.
you know, that's an option, again, where it would buy you sort of an infinite amount of time in a
Right.
sense.
Yeah.
But I mean, these are
That's
things
simple.
that, you know, my guess is when your guys are ready,
Yeah.
you're just gonna go off and get pregnant. You just got married, so you shouldn't feel compelled to have a baby right now.
that's kind of
You
where
might
I'm-
want to just enjoy being a married
I
person.
feel sort
That
of
was-
compelled because now that I'm 30, I'm like, it's past the time.
You're not old. I think that's the first thing
Okay,
to
good.
kind of remember. I don't think you need to feel rushed to have a baby, you know,
Okay.
depending on what your
Yep.
life plans are.
Kaitlynn actually in the beginning said that